What is up, everybody? It is the favorite people you love to hate. The lifeguards are gone, so it is time to get that night swim on. I've become something of a poet, a regular modern day Shakespeare since the hospital. It's like, people wake up and all of a sudden they can speak in their language. I'm your co-host Dax here with your co-host Elvis. Elvis, how you living, bud?
I guess I'm Aristotle now then, if that's how we're doing it.
Blackstotle. Negrostotle. There we go.
Yeah, man, it's all good. Filming a little late because of excited for who our guest is today. But what a week, dude! Like we haven't recorded any current topics of swimming in a while, but we may need to jump on that because it's been quite a week. We had Kate Douglas break the 50 free world record. Gretchen Walsh just went 24.
Yeah.
Almost broke the 50 fly world record. Sarah Sostrom doing her first meet back. There's so much going on. I think we need to double back and run something. But
that's good though, because that means I won't flip out 2/3 of the episode.
Yeah, we actually have there's some interesting stuff to talk about. But yeah, should I just bring up tonight's guest?
I got an introduction. So this is something that I would say me and Elvis would refer to as, pie in the sky, magical fairy dust, something like a unicorn where it's like, yeah, you believe it's there. You've seen pictures of it, but you don't really believe it, But we have a very special guest who confirms us that the mythology is real. Distance swimming is a thing. Welcome to the Unite Swim podcast, Mr. Short.
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, distance swimming is real. Crazy thing. Yeah, thanks for staying up late for talking to me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. So we got some good questions for you today. Obviously, you are, no pun intended, even though you've been doing it for a minute, becoming a very shooting star internationally. All right, so I guess I'll lead it off. What have you seen that's been the difference, I guess, in what you've done this year, or are people looking for a new distance swim star, or have you changed something up that's kind of made you stand out a lot more than previous years? What's going on in distance swim world?
I think I've just been able to just be really consistent. I've had a bit of bad luck over the years, having really good preps and getting sick at awkward times, but I've just been able to stack just a lot of good work and good competitive racing phases that have kind of just been really good. I can swim really good in season. I swam great in Westmont and swam good at nationals and trials. So I think just a lot of good work with limited interruptions, really. So.
Okay, I know Elvis has a bunch of questions because he really doesn't think it's real. I had teammates who set American records in distance swimming, so I know it's real. But this guy.
Yeah, me and distance don't get along, so that was one of the reasons I wanted to bring Sam on the show because we've had. Well, you are the third Australian. But you are the first distance swimmer we've had on the show. So I thought that was interesting.
There we go.
Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting little factoid there. But, at the Australian swimming trials, you said you had a clean sweep of the events. You had the 200, the 400, the 800, and the 1500. And you became the first man since Grant Hackett in 2005 to win all 4 of those events. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty good meet. Wasn't expecting to win the 200, but I knew I was going to be able to do a good 200. But I thought I probably wouldn't be able to win it. Thought I could come top 2, but ended up winning it, big PB. So, I might be classified as distance, but I can still kind of go down to the 200 and do that pretty well. So, definitely was probably one of the best weeks I've ever had. And even though the distance races were like in the graveyard shift at the end of the sessions, super late, no one was watching them, but still got the job done.
How old are you?
22.
So who would have been like the swimmers you were looking up to then to be a distance swimmer? Like, did you pick it? Did distance swimming pick you? Was there anybody that notable you were like, oh, I can do, like, what I seen this person do in the mile or the 400, I can do that. Was there anything like that inspired you going up as you were growing up, or?
Well, growing up, everyone here kind of knows, definitely like the older generations, they know distance swimming, like Thorpe, Hackett, and Kieran Perkins. They're massive here in Australia.
Yeah, like I'm a huge
more people know Thorpe than probably Cam McAvoy in Australia. I mean, Cam McAvoy, but Thorpe's probably more prestigious at the moment until Cam just keeps on winning. But so kind of growing up, I just loved watching all sort of stuff. Did a lot of surf lifesaving as well, and all that. That's a lot of like endurance-y type races, and that's massive in Australia as well. So I've just always been in that sort of longer racing type stuff. And I'm not the tallest guy in the world either. So when I was younger, kind of grew like pretty late. I just kept going up in distance until I could beat the taller boys, and just kind of stuck with it.
Okay.
Did you say Thorpe?
Yeah.
Ian Thorpe. Yeah.
Is Thorpe like the nickname, or is that how we actually supposed to be pronouncing it?
That's his nickname. It's Ian Thorpe, but everyone just calls him Thorpe. Yeah.
I had never heard that.
Yeah, I've heard it before.
Got to watch some more distance swimming then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice try. Yeah. One thing that was kind of like, I don't want to say bug. Yeah, I would say bugging. It was bugging me that anytime you swam, somebody had a comment. I'm talking about like swam comments because that's some of my favorite places to be. But somebody would always make a comment that you were like going out too fast, and I'm a big proponent of going out fast because I think that's how you win a race. And
I agree.
I guess I didn't get the criticism for you going out fast in your races because A, you had nothing to lose. B, I feel like in order for you to practice racing, you have to race. So was that like part of your strategy, like to intentionally go out that fast, or do you feel, or was it just kind of like by accident?
Yeah, I love going out fast. It's kind of when I do my best races. It was the plan to go out far, like 3:45 and the 800. I was feet on wall at the 400 split, and then in the 400, I was out fast, and I thought I was kind of capable of 1:47.3 or something, which is probably a smidge too quick, but didn't really know I had that in me, so it's a good problem to have. And then the 1500, I don't really train it, so I didn't really have anything to lose. I just kind of wanted to, get out in front really early and just kind of stay there and see what happens. And I was 7:42 at the 800 split in that, so that definitely hurt a lot. But growing up, even nowadays, like watching international races, like people are just sitting sprinting, and I'm not capable of coming home in 25. I just can't really do that, no matter how fresh I am. Really, I don't know why. But my kind of game plan is make everyone, if they're going to be there, make them all extremely tired so that you can't come home in 25 something. So that's kind of my game plan. So go out really hard. Like in the 800, I'll try and turn faster than most of these distance guys, 400 PBs, and see if they can hang on.
Right. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, go ahead, Elvis.
No, I'm just saying like that is the mentality I love, even though that's almost like a sprinter mentality to some extent. It's like you're sprinting distance events, which is interesting to me.
Yeah, pretty much. I just get out and hang on, to be honest. It's honestly, I grew up watching Grant Hackett swim. That's literally how he attacked all his races. Like, he just wanted to get out and break everyone. That they didn't really have any hope coming home. Like, you see the fastest last 50 splits ever in races, and half of them are done by times that aren't really that great. So, I think if everyone goes out much faster, you can't really come home that quick.
Right. So one of my favorite races was when I was a junior, I think. Yeah, I was a junior because Chad Love-Tourette was a senior. Is the 16, so like in yards, 1650 at the NCAA championships my junior year. And it was Martine Grotsky, who swam for Georgia, and Chad Love-Tourette, who was American, who swam for Stanford. And let's see.
Did I vanish?
Yeah, there you are. So in the race, kind of like what you said, where you got to go out and, punk people out. Like, that was like the first time I've ever like actively seen it in a race, where these two guys like left each other, and then every 25 they would like try and break each other, to the point to where it was like probably you could break the race into 3 segments where Martine was winning, Chad was winning for the whole thing or for the whole middle piece. And then they're like back and forth. And you could tell that it like wasn't even about like the whole race. It was about like right then, like, I need to take this guy out because he's going to be a problem at the end of the race. Does that happen in the 1500 internationally? Is that a common thing, or because like you said, you do it, but is that pretty common at that level? Like, how early in the race does it happen? Middle of the race, end of the race, or is it kind of only like the special races you see something like that go down?
It definitely does happen. I mean, it's probably happened more so now that everyone has seen like what Bobby Fink does at the end if he's sitting there and still in good shape. First time I kind of saw it in person, it was 2022 Worlds. My first Worlds. I was in the stands watching it, and Grigor Paltrinieri was in like lane 1, and obviously you had all the big dogs in the middle, and he just went out super fast. Like, he was ahead of world record, Sun Yang's world record pace at the time, by like 2 seconds with 100 to go. Like, no one was getting close to him. He was out from the gun. No one could see him. And yeah, he just won the race and with a really good time. So you do see it. You definitely do see it more and more. But, like the Tunisians, they're so good. They'll probably just hang on and then still come home flying. And so it kind of depends. But you definitely do see it more and more. People trying to break each other before the end of the race.
Okay. Yeah,
to
me, anyways, it reminds me, like I call it like a NASCAR race. I think if they wanted to make it more exciting, they'd give you guys like all like your own little earpieces, because your coaches are like trying to communicate with you with their gang signs they're throwing up, and with I guess the officials do the cards now, but yeah, and I think like you could have just like NASCAR, how they'll like go into people's, I guess even F1 does it too. They'll like go to their like symbol, and then you can hear like the communication back and forth and see what they're doing strategy wise. I think that would make the 1500 way more entertaining. Definitely eliminate some commercial breaks.
Yeah, I agree. I think that'd make it pretty fun. I mean, in the race, I can't help myself. I have to look around. I don't race I love to see everyone else. So I don't really like just racing myself. I do my best kind of work when I've got other people around me and see everything happening. So you can definitely see when someone's pushing or someone's dying. Like, you can kind of sense that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Have you ever trained with like an earpiece for the coach to communicate with you while you're training?
No, I haven't. I don't really like people. Some people wear the headphones and sort of like listen to music. I don't like that. I kind of just like myself. Like, I like having music outside the pool, but like sometimes when I swim, I like to have my, don't want to have someone yelling at me. I can hear whistling and stuff from the outside of the pool, but if the coach wants to talk to me, he can talk to me when I get to the wall.
Yeah, being in the middle of the pool.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could see that being very entertaining if they, every swimmer got like not mic'd up. Every coach got mic'd up, and then they had a transmitter to the distance swimmers, cap, and some of that feed was on the camera, and we could hear like, all right, Short, you're looking good coming into this turn. Guys on your hip, increase your stroke rate, slow down a little. I think that would be pretty cool. Letting your splits real time. I feel like that would create a really cool dynamic in the race.
I think it'd be pretty cool. Also, just having the coaches mic'd up in general. I mean, a lot of them say some pretty rogue stuff during the races and have some weird conversations through it. So that'd be pretty entertaining in general, I reckon.
Yeah. Do they, Dax, you mentioned like how they do the counting with the cards. I feel like that's very old school. Do they still do that? Do they not have like a timer on the bottom of the pool at this point?
Like internationally at big meets, they'll have the electronic thing. But in Australia, it's just like they have the cards on the outside of the pool, which you have to.
I've seen them do the cards too, even at World Champs. I'm pretty sure.
I think they do both.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See. Yeah, Elvis.
It's shit. Like, it's 2026. Like, what are we doing? Why are we still using this primitive technology? This is crazy.
Yeah. No. Give me a TV on the bottom of the screen, on the bottom of the pool.
Also, it's kind of crazy that we're asking that question that shows how little we watch distance. I'm asking how they count it.
Well, I mean, you gotta think about it. Like, if distance swimmers have a practice, I ain't sticking around once my practice is over. Like, we would lead practice and McBroom would still be doing like 100 100s, like on number 60. Like, you think I'm staying around for 40 100s? Like, no, I got class. See you, dog. But what is so with the way Cam's training, and this is going to be very like paraphrasing and probably stupid of me or in my analysis of what he's doing, but it's very like targeted segments of his race. Are y'all drawing like any type of, or I guess not even just race, but it's like sections of a 25? Is distance swimming drawing any type of innovations or inspiration from what he's doing?
I mean, well, the specificity of it, I'd say, I mean, yes. Like, I've slightly tweaked some of my pacing training. Like, I don't really, like a lot of the hard stuff, I don't actually have like recovery in between it. Like, I just literally just blocked out like 1,600 meters of 400 pace, just keep going or something like that. But I mean, I think for distance swimming, you need to train a lot more other components than just, Cam's just all out brute force and technique and, speed. Whereas, there's a lot of other factors that go in for like a 15-minute race or a, 8-minute race. So, there are some similarities you can draw, but I think a lot of it's still just, you need to be fit.
Right.
So tell us what a typical practice looks like for you right now.
Yeah, and America, who's watching this, if we sound like we're just complete idiots when it comes to distance swimming, it's because we are. Like,
yeah, it's not a real thing.
I got permission to stop swimming distance once I got my quad A cut when I was 14. After that, it was done. Like over. Open water, all of it. I was free. So, yes, we are. Okay, we are rudimentary when it comes to distance swimming. So I just want to let everybody know that we are that unknowledgeable. So go ahead.
Yeah, me, like probably like one of the faster ones, like in like a 400 pace set, or for example, we do like aerobic in the morning, so I probably do like 7.5K in the morning. It's not too taxing, and then in the afternoon we'll probably have like, what did I do this Monday? This Monday I did, because I died in my back half a little, didn't come home as fast as I should have in my 400 trial to kind of want to simulate that, like it's got that sort of extreme fatigue. So I did 400 push on like 400 push fastest even pace I can go, and then that was on 7 minutes, so like plenty of rest, and then straight into another 200 like back ends, like the last 200 would be 400, and then we did 600 swim down, and then we did that twice. So yeah, that's what I did. And I was throwing down
when
pretty
you
good
push the even pace, are you backing off to go an even pace, or are you pushing it and trying to sustain?
Pushing it and trying to sustain. So I was going, I think I was 151, 153 in the 400. So I pushed to 344, and then I was 151, and then the next round I was 152, 153 for a 345 in training, and then 151. That's in a race suit, obviously, but yeah, that's all the stuff I do. Like, you know, I think there's no point starting slower and stuff like that because you don't start slow on a 400, so you just got to kind of hang on.
Right.
Jesus.
So how would training for that? I really like the way that sounds. I guess I do know some stuff, but I kind of, my distance up, I scale up from what I did in college. So if we did 4 200s, 4 400s, right? Is that kind of how, well, I guess you said you didn't really train for the 1500.
Yeah,
I still do a lot of work, but yeah.
So like to go up though to the, I guess 800, right? The 800 and 1500, is it kind of the same thing where you just, instead of doing a 400, maybe it's a 600, or how does that scale for you?
Yeah, well, pretty much like for the 800 and 1500 stuff, I kind of train that in like my Friday arbos. We kind of do like over distance kind of training. So I'll probably start the session with like, I don't know, 2 or 3 Ks of like aerobic descent, like getting faster throughout it just to get some like pre-fatigue in. And then maybe towards the end of the session, I'll chuck a suit on, and then we'll do like 1,000 straight of like just fast, even pace, and then that into like 12 100s or something. So like just getting the body tired and then going to like 1,000 and then a bunch of hundreds and stuff like that. Just longer segments.
Yeah. Shout out to Eddie.
Because anyone can do 1,500 pace hundreds or 50s. It's pretty easy. It's but like the
Can
longest.
you say that again for Elvis real quick?
Anyone can do the 1,500 pace in like hundreds or 50s. It's just like when the longer stuff that gets it way more hard.
Okay. Not everybody can do hundreds and 200s though, right? It's kind of like you got to be an actual athlete, right?
Yeah, you got to have that dog when you do the hundreds and 200s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure that Elvis is clear on that.
I'm sorry, y'all were breaking up. I didn't hear any of that.
We were just praising your chocolatiness, sir.
That's what I thought. I found it interesting. You say you don't train really for the 1500.
Yeah, I caught that too. I was like, it sounds like
Yeah.
he swims up to it rather than every distance swimmer I've met swims down or comes down.
Yeah. So I was like, hold on. You know, I see you flexing on us. All right. I don't really swim for the 1500, but I still want it. So not training for the 1500, and that's an event that's, like Dak said, going up from your typical. Like, how do you I guess mentally prepare for that? It's different than, I don't train for the 200, but that's just half of my best race or whatever. I feel like that's mentally easier to do than, I got to basically double my race now. So what is that like mentally for you? Like, I guess going down to the 200 and also going up to the 1500 and not training for either of those events.
Yeah, 1,500 is definitely the hardest mentally for me. It hurts the most. I mean, 200, I could probably get up any day and probably give it a red hot crack. It hurts nowhere near as much as 15. That shit hurts a lot. Yeah, I mean, I kind of do tend to hurt at the back end of the 1,500s in general. So I do much better, like my best times when I've got people around me. That's really hard to find domestically. But yeah, I mean, when there's people around me, it's a lot easier mentally. But by yourself, that's really hard to do, to just keep on it and kind of keep banging out those 59s or even quicker. And then for the 200, I don't target that specifically. But I think because I've stopped training, specifically for the 1,500, my 200 PBs come down from a 147 to a 145.1. I did a trial. So that just naturally has kind of come, I think, with getting a bit stronger as I get a bit older and taking off a bunch of the longer stuff that I used to do.
You're in your 800 at trials, you went 7:36.73, which they're saying is the fastest any male has gone since the super suits in 2009. So they've unofficially deemed you the textile world record holder, which I think is pretty cool. But then you
Stop
also
being
mentioned
Crocker.
right. So, but there also you said that you took your 1500 out in 742.
Yeah, I was 742 at the feet on wall, which was, it was very,
So-
very quick.
So 6 seconds slower than your 800 freestyle straight up.
Yeah, pretty much.
That seems crazy to me.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going that fast at the time. I felt really good. So, I mean, I paid for it big time at the end of that race. I think I turned 742 and I only went 1442. Like I came back in like 459 the last 500. So it wasn't all smooth sailing, but because that front end was so good, the time overall looked pretty good. Only 6 seconds. I think that's the fastest anyone's ever gone out at 800 split in the 1500.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think so too.
yeah. So it was pretty diabolical. But yeah, pretty cool about the textile world record holder thing as well. Only like 4 more seconds to catch the Chinese guy that went 732.
oh, yeah. But see what that tells me, if you're, this is my sprinter brain now. If you're able to go out in 742, I feel like you and then finish another, and only be halfway through the race at that point. I feel like you can go a lot faster than 736 straight up.
Yeah, I think, definitely I have the potential to go faster than that. I think like 734 isn't out of the picture at all. Like I did that 800 after 2 fast 400s, 2 fast 200s the 2 days prior. Like I wasn't no means, feeling incredible. So I think, definitely got a lot of room to move. It's only kind of the start. So I feel I've been training really well. So I think I know what I'm capable of.
That is a good point. I guess I forgot you also had all those events stacked on each other over the same week, which makes this feat even more phenomenal when you think about it. So what's the next meet for you? Commonwealth?
Yeah, Commonwealth Games, and then I'll go to Pan Pacs and do that as well.
Okay, so you're doing both.
Yeah.
Are you I don't know, this might be an Oklahoma moment for you, but are you focused more on one of them more than the other one?
No, I'm focused on both. Commonwealth Games is first, so like my target's on that. I'm going to do the 2, 4, 8, and 15 at Commies because it's a longer meet. And then I won't do the 200 free at Pan Pacs. I'll just, because it's only 4 days. I think it's the same day as 800. So I'll want to try and beat Bobby Fink in the US would be pretty cool. So that's kind of a goal of mine. But yeah, definitely targeting both. I think, like, if anything, it's be pretty good. Like, typically, if you taper for one meet, it's really easy to just maintain your taper for, I don't know, a week and a half more and swim even faster. So, that's how a lot of the European countries do their trials for like a blocked out period of time. So yeah, it's targeting both.
And you said at Commonwealth, you're doing the 2, 4, 8, and 15?
Yeah, and the 4x2, hopefully.
Oh my God. Why? Why so much?
Well,
Finals, baby. Try it.
Yeah, I mean, Gina's throwing up some great incentive. She's some prize money for that. She's helping us all out.
Who is
thank
that?
God. Gina Reinhardt, Hancock Prospecting. She's like the richest person in Australia, mining, and she like supports a lot of the Australian Dolphins, and then she's put up some prize money as a bit of an incentive to kind of help out us Australian Dolphins, which is amazing. So yeah, going over there, she's thrown up some prize money. So 4 individual events, 1 relay. It's a good opportunity to try and win some good medals. If I assume how I did at trials, should be looking pretty good to at least come out with some good silverware.
What prize money is she promising?
I think it was maybe
Pretty solid,
30.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 30 grand for a win, maybe then 20 and 10. And then in the relays, it was divided. You divide that up. And then if you get a world record, she puts more on that as well. So if you get a world record there, you're walking away with a good paycheck.
Shout out to, you said Erica?
Gina. Yeah, she's really come through for the swimmers as well. She's been helping us out for a long time now. Like, Don't really get much from other places, but she comes through.
And on that point, like the world, this is what I'm talking about. People be getting mad about like the enhanced game stuff, and like I watch these business people and like swimming who like run companies, and it's like if you don't want them to go swim there, cut a check, pay the athlete, you sponsor them. So shout out.
Yeah, she's really come through. I mean, she just loves sport in general, so it's pretty cool how she's throwing her money. I mean, she's worth tons of billions, so in all scheme of things, she can definitely afford it. But yeah, I mean, it helps, particularly for like the older athletes like Carl and Cam. They got kids as well, so definitely why they're targeting commies as well.
No, it makes sense.
That's big time.
You ever met her in person?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to meet her in person. She holds like an annual awards night sometimes, and yeah, it's a different world. I'll tell you what, when you have billions of dollars, it's pretty cool stepping into that world for a night. But yeah,
that's awesome. Just some sports philanthropist just carrying you through, man. That's how to do it. But I'm glad you brought that up, because one of my questions was, I saw that Australian swimming had announced that they had some new funding for athletes.
I think that's what this was, wasn't it?
Is that from?
No, different. Yeah.
I think this was from your Olympic committee, actually. I don't think it was from swimming specifically. I think it was all sports.
Yeah. I think it's like they've given more money, but so a lot of it goes into like developing facilities and stuff, but then we also get like a bunch of grants as well. But that's what's a bit annoying. Like they'll bump it up how much it is now because it's already kind of existing, so they're just adding more to it, but you can't claim the full amount. So someone like Cam or a Kaylee or a Kyle, that's, the big dogs, and they're earning, more than someone just on the team. Someone just on the team will be able to claim the full amount, whereas someone like them could probably claim barely anything as per the rules of it. So that's a bit annoying. But other than that, there is more money for it. Yeah.
It won't be annoying when it's your turn, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, your turn's coming up, man. But I wanted to ask about it because I wasn't kind of like the IOC where they announced, we have this new grant that gives $10,000 to Olympians. And then on face, you're like, that sounds good. But then when you really look into it, you're like, oh, that's like nothing, So I wasn't sure if this was one of those situations where they're saying, hey, we've injected X amount of millions. But then when you really look into it, it's like, oh, like two people get some of it and maybe somebody gets something.
Yeah, I mean the 10,000. Yeah, that's in terms of what they earn. It's better than nothing, right? But I've only been to one Olympics, so I can't talk for someone that's been to like 4 of them. Should be paid more than that. But yeah, in terms of the Australian injecting like a bunch of money, like obviously it's great. We already get some, so just adding it even more. Just makes it a little bit easier in general, so you don't have to be working 2 part-time jobs and trying to swim. But yeah, the $10,000. I mean, yeah, I can buy like a Happy Meal or something a day for the Olympic cycle, so it's pretty good. But I think it's a good step in general, considering they came out, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago and said they don't believe in paying anyone anything.
See that I feel like this is just like, oh, the athletes are complaining. Here, damn, like take this, like shut up. It felt very fake to me, very just patronizing almost. Like, we're gonna give some of you 10 grand over 4 years. Like, I mean, you can spend 10 grand in 2 swim meets.
Yeah, easily. Especially when a race suit's $1,000. I mean, I'm lucky not to be sponsored by Speedo, but some of my training partners forking out $1,000 for a Speedo suit. So, yeah, it's not cheap.
That is insane, by the way. Like, why is a jammer $1,000?
Yeah, I have no idea. But
corporate greed.
Dog.
And that was. Remember the argument against bringing the super suits back was that they would be too expensive. They would cost $1,000. Like, that's what a jammer costs right now.
Yeah, I know. No, I would love to do a big race in a super suit. Like the guy that went 7:32, I don't think he's been sub 7:40 I think he's only been sub 740 once, and that was when he went 732 in the super suit. Like,
Was that Sun
I love
Yang?
it.
Who is that?
I think his name is Zhang Lin. I don't think I'm producing that, saying that right, but no, it's not Sun Yang. Sun Yang has been 738, not super suit.
Yeah, I see Sun Yang is also still swimming.
Yeah, which is crazy, by the way. Like, he's 35, but he's still putting up pretty good times. So.
Yeah, but I mean, man, that dude is so shrouded in controversy. It's like,
oh yeah,
I feel like he's always in trouble.
I'd love to race him. Just to be in the same race as someone with all that controversy would be pretty cool. But
you've never raced Sun Yang?
Nah. Well, I didn't race in. Well, he raced in 2019 World. So I watched Mac Horton race him and do the whole protest thing while at home on the, when he didn't stand up on the dais with him.
Yeah.
But I've never actually raced him in person. He's got no chance making that Chinese team now. It's pretty stacked. But yeah, never raced him in person.
We had this when I went to World Championships. I think that was Barcelona, 2013. We had this guy on the Bahamas swim team who swam distance. We got a few distance swimmers in the Bahamas. Shout out. His name was Matthew Lowe. He's now a coach at Northwestern University. Shout out, Matthew, if you're watching. But I don't know. He got the unlucky draw. He had to swim against Sun Yang in prelims of like the 50 and 100.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't have been a pretty sight. He wouldn't have got any screen time on the live stream. He wouldn't have been.
Oh my gosh, Sun Yang was just cruising, just putting the spanking on everybody. It was like, oh, I mean, hey, we shout out Matthew, man. We cheered him on, but he was walking into the slaughterhouse. Yeah, Sun Yang was an animal.
Yeah, but, man, look easy too.
What else is he gonna do, dude? The dude's like, he's really huge too.
Yeah, he's like 6'6".
Sun Yang's a monster. But who is your like toughest competitor, or someone like you're really looking out like?
Well, I have a question that kind of goes right into that.
Yeah.
Actually, it says it without the name. How tough? I just did the math on it. Right, it's holding 54 sevens. How tough is going? Is it really to go 139? Because when I look at the math, if you're like a bona fide 400 swimmer or an 800 swimmer, it seems like it's more doable than people realize if you're not afraid to go out.
You mean 339? For the 400?
Yeah, 339.
Yeah, on paper, it's definitely achievable. I think it's just making it click. When Lucas Martins did it, he's probably my biggest competitor, to be honest. Like, I've raced him over the last couple of world champs and Olympics, and we've been really close on a bunch of those occasions. But, it looks easy. It's just, I think he had a tremendous easy speed. He's a 143, 200 free swimmer, or at least 144-1. So he's a very speedy guy. And when he did his PB, he used to be able to do 100 all the way through to the 1500. I think he goes 155 on a 200 backstroke as well. Like, he can do anything, but it's just being able to survive, I think, till the end. Like, I was ahead of world record pace for 350 meters, and I kind of hit a brick wall my last 50 and only came back in like 28. It was shit. Whereas
how do you train for that then?
Just kind of getting to that extreme amounts of fatigue and training, and trying to, train that feeling. It's really hard to get to that feeling, but, I've been getting there lately in training and just getting better at handling that sort of fatigue.
How much time would it take for you to, because all right, so a similar thing for the 200 free when I was at UT is that's probably like we do a tough set, probably like 40 minutes to get where we need to get to train, like for the pain we're going to feel. And then you can really get after practice. About how much time does it take for a 400 swimmer like you to get your body to that level before you can really start attacking that last 50 feeling?
If I send it from the start and like really go for it, like hold I don't know, one rep 150s for 200s, or I don't know, 347s for 300s, or 54s or 53s for hundreds. Like, it won't take me long. I mean, I can probably rep out hundreds pretty comfortably. I don't really get too tired repping out hundreds, holding 53s, but like when I go to 200s and start doing them, you do 3 of them, I can go 150s, but then after that, you start to really feel it. So if you attack it from the start, which is how you do in a race, not long. Not long.
What are you doing those on?
4 minutes. So like not short rest. So you sit on the wall for, I don't know, a good 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So your heart rate can come down, but you still kind of have that lingering kind of fatigue in your legs.
So you can really get the training in for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're still getting pretty good rest in your reps.
Yeah. For those pace sessions, yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Is that kind of where distance swimming is going now? Because that sounds like 200, like 50 free, 200 free, 100 free training. Like, it sounds exactly like that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I could say a guess. It's working for me. Like, I'm swimming PBs, so I know a lot of people internationally don't do stuff like that. They do just brutal, grindy, just crazy crap. But yeah, no, me, it's working. So yeah.
I hope you see me smiling over here, Dax.
I'm with it. I just said, see, you smiling, but this is how we train for the 200 at UT. We did stuff like this. So joke might be on you. Shout out to Edwin, Jesus Christ Reese. Yeah, that's interesting because I've never heard anything like that for distance swimming.
I've been getting slaughtered online because I was basically a proponent of this style training, even for distance swimmers. I was saying, training at your race pace with this type of rest. And that's why I'm all smiles, because now I'm validated. The fastest man in the world right now is telling me that I was right.
Yeah. For the pace sessions, you're right. I mean, you still got to do that aerobic work anyway on different sessions. But when it comes to just training your race and training that in your race pace block, that's what I've been doing. And I went 340 2 weeks ago. So it does work.
Right.
So how many days a week would you say you're training like that?
I mean, like Monday's typically that set. I mean, Wednesday afternoon, I'll do like speed. My speed, it's just like, I don't know, dive, push for 450s, I don't know, 4 times or something. Just like trying to swim fast. And then Friday afternoon, I'll have like a longer, hard session, like thresholdy session. I'll usually chuck a suit on towards the end and do like an extended effort. And then Saturday morning, for example, this morning we did like 650s, 200 pace on a minute, and then 3 2s aerobic, like lactate 2, and then did that 4 times. So, I mean, I've got like four quality sessions a week, pretty much.
What does a fast 50 look like for you?
Not super fast. I mean, for something like that, I'd probably usually dive like 200 front endy pace for the first 50. So I'd probably go like 24 really low, and then push like 324s on like 90. And then swim down, then we'll do that 4 times or something like that.
That's solid.
It's definitely gotten a lot better. I used to never be able to push sub 26. Then now I'm a bit faster. Yeah.
But you made a comment earlier that you could hold like 53s in your hundreds. That's freaking solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we've kind of gone to longer segments as well, like the race pace, like repping hundreds on like 130, 400 pace, like in a suit, isn't very challenging. Like in comparison to what you'll feel in the actual race. Like I think I could do 16. I think the best I've done is like 16 100s on like 130 or 140, and just holding 53s, 54 lows, just the whole time.
Good God.
Yeah.
I bet if Dax, what do you think you could do at 100 right now if you off the dive? You're not going 54 right now.
I'm going to a hospital visit. Yeah, send me back. Get the chopper ready. Get to the chopper. Yeah, have it gassed up and ready to go.
I'd be curious.
You know
if I
how
could
like
live
when
in
they
it.
rescue the Navy SEALs out of the water, they drop like the thing into the water and pull them out? Yeah, just like that. About half into the race after the flip turn, make sure my heart hasn't exploded and then get me up out of there.
Speaking of exploding hearts, do you use a heart rate monitor in practice?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and just like,
You lost me.
anti-heart rate monitor.
He also
Lost
said
me.
feel though too. I caught him. He said that too. So
Like feel.
yeah,
in
like
training.
you're sort of like how does it feel versus what's the split?
Yeah. I mean, I don't wear a heart rate monitor in those sort of hard sessions, but like in an aerobic session, I'll wear one, and then because quite often you have people going way too hard. If it's like a low aerobic session, they're doing like threshold. That's not the time and place to do it. So,
So
yeah,
tell
like
me so tell me what you're doing with this heart rate information.
Oh my god.
So like I'll wear my heart rate monitor, and then say we have like a 7.5K, 7K aerobic session, and then we got like, I don't know, main set might be something pretty simple, like 4 1000s or something, and it's like pull A1 or lactate 1, lactate 2, lactate 3. I also get lactates through a lot of my sessions.
That's what I said. Just so we're
Yeah.
I didn't say lactate 1, but I said it's because if you're using your muscles, you need to know what's going on with your lactate levels. So I just want to be clear on this. Continue. Thank you.
Yeah, and you find like after you train, I don't know, 6 months, and you keep getting that sort of data points, your heart rate quite often will align like with a certain lactate level you do, like depending on how fit you are and how fresh you feel. So,
And then
if
you
you-
try
if
and
you-
get to where you can go faster, but sustain that low heart rate and lactate level, right?
yeah, exactly. So the fitter you get, you'll be able to maintain like lower heart rates almost, and your lactate will be better. And then say everything's a bit higher, you probably body will be under a bit more fatigue, or could be getting sick. A lot of people use it to see if they're getting sick. Could be an early sign sometimes, but usually it's like I used to, if I didn't wear a heart monitor, I probably still would. I used to flog myself every session, like try as hard as I possibly could, and that's not how you get better. You have to like swim slower and recover harder as well. So kind of stops you from doing that. When if you look up on the screen, you get your heart rate's red. That's not good in an easy aerobic session.
Yeah. I trained at like 240 all 4 years in college. Beats per minute. So yeah, I need
240.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. But then I found out, like, after I graduated, like, so let's see, I was 18, right, when I got to college. After I graduated, David Marsh was like, you don't know how to swim. I was like, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, 200 free NCAA champion didn't know how to swim.
Hey, Black, you know what they say, you sometimes you just got the genetics for it, that athlete DNA,
Athleticism.
motherland.
So what are your goal times for? I'm still not even sure what you're focused on, because you're just swimming everything. So what is your goal time for everything? 2, 4, 8, and 15.
I'm targeting the 400 and 800 like specifically. They're my favorite events. So I mean, com games and pan packs. I mean, I'd love to go 339. That's been my goal for a long time. So 339. That's the goal. And then a PB again at 800. So I'd love to see a 735, 734 if I'm feeling in May. Like, just nail it. That'd be great. And then in the 200, I kind of just do it just for fun. There's some really good competition in the com games, like Matt Richards and Duncan Scott and Tom Dean and all those boys. So, I mean, I'm 145.1, so maybe I could get to 144. Never thought I'd be capable of doing.
I'll call it right now. You're going to go
100.
44 or 43. And it's going to be your best swim. I'm going to call it right now. Because
144.
What you said later, that's what Eddie would have had us doing for 200 training. Like those 200s you said with like 4 minutes rest, that's something Eddie would have had us doing for sure. And he coached a bunch of like 144 low guys every year since like the 2000s. So if you're doing that and you're doing it to get to a higher level of fatigue. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're speed running 200 training.
Yeah. So maybe, exactly. So pretty excited. I think that'll be a great swim. And then 1500, I've actually did the 200 and the 1500 on the same day at Com Games. So the 200's first, thank God, which I'm glad. I'd rather do the 200 first because I need all the extra pop I can get in that event. And then the 1500 is just a kind of grind anyway. So that'll be, I think the 1500, it's just, you can get into your rope and just keep going. So I'll race Dan Whiffen in that. But I don't know. Who knows what will happen in that event. At Pampax, I mean, definitely sub 14:40 would be the goal. So my PB is 14:37. So if I can get underneath that, that'd be fantastic.
But what's crazy too about Commonwealth Games is that that's prelims, semifinals, and finals.
There's no semis for anything except for hundreds and 50s at Com Games. And there used to be heats for the 1500, and then there's not anymore this year for some reason. But they've added in the 800. There was no 800 last time round.
That's right. Yeah, because I think the last Commonwealth Games I was in, semi-finaled in the 50 fly, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Yeah. So your 200 at Commonwealth is going to be your fresh event then.
Yeah, that's really one that. Yeah, I'll be good to go, and then that and the 400. So
you're going to full send it like prelims?
I'll probably. I mean, see what I'm next to. But yeah, probably. I will probably.
Yeah,
I can't help myself.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got a history of swimming stupidly fast in heats usually. So
not the swim comment section, just all that.
Yeah, I got at Worlds last year. I felt great. It felt easy at the time. I went 3:42.0 on my heat, and then I ended up only going 3:42.3 in the final. I just did shit, and then my heat time would have won it. So that's kind of where all that started.
It's telling you, dude, it's because you're training like a 200 swimmer, man. I'm
fresh.
Telling you, dude. You work that 200 speed in there. I'm telling you. When you said that, I was like, oh, this is exactly what Eddie would, all of our best swimmers, like Ricky Behrens, David Walters. They're both 144 guys. I'm trying to think who else. What's his name? Townley Haas, David Johnston.
Did you say David Walters? I didn't hear that name. That's
I said Walters. I said it after Ricky. But yeah, Townley Haas. Yeah, all those guys. That's the type of stuff they were doing.
Yeah, well, it works.
Do you? So, what's the world record in the 800?
7:32.
7:32. God, pay attention, dog.
No, I'm just it's too many numbers, man.
It was your question.
It's too dude, it's too many numbers. These need to be simple. I'm used to 2 digits. He's got
anything on 20, nothing over 22, nothing over 21.
Right. What are we talking about? But I guess I'm just doing the math in my head. Can we see a world record from the short man here? Oh, that would be a bad nickname. I'm sorry, the short man. We can't. No, we're not going to coin that.
I'm the tallest though.
We can't.
Yeah. But 7:32. I don't know. That's pretty out of reach at the moment. Maybe you got to get closer first. No one's been under 7:35 except for him. So, that swim. I think before my swim at trials, he had the fastest first 400 of that race. He was 3:46 to the feet, and he actually came home in 3:45, which is ridiculous.
That means he was slacking.
Yeah. So who knows what he would have gone if he actually, manned up and went harder.
How tall are you, Sam?
185 centimeters. I don't know what that is in feet. I think it's just below 6'1", maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. How tall are most distance swimmers?
Lucas Martin is much taller than me. Half now, he's big boy. He's tall. And then
Like a lot of people around like 2 meters or like 1.9. I said, is it a lot of people around 2 meters or like 1.9, 1.95?
Maybe not that tall. That's pushing it. But yeah, definitely I'd say 6'3", 6'4" boys. I think there's a lot of them. But Ahmed's actually he's very tall actually. I don't even know what he'd be.
So are you actually one of the shorter distance swimmers?
There is shorter than me, but I think staying on the podium in the 400, yeah, probably. Even though I am taller than Kim Woo Min, the Korean, that's South Korean that he's come to train. He came third behind me at Worlds.
Right.
He's a freak in training, that kid. He trained with us over November and January, but I think I am taller than him.
Yeah, this 185 centimeters is just slightly over 6 feet.
Yeah.
There we go. Graduated. Look at that.
6.069 is what that is.
Bam. So I'll say
I'm
6 on here.
like 203, so I know a little bit.
Jesus Christ.
203.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a
wow.
freak.
Tall.
I was thinking, I was like, if we ever had to take like a group photo for night swim, we can't, because it would just I would look really bad next to Dax.
We'll get you in like one of those little stools. Take the picture from the waist up.
Yes, absolutely. That's why all of our photos are AI, and they make us look like somewhat.
Oh yeah, we look the same height. That's a good point. I didn't even thought about that.
Yeah, we don't do those photos though, but I don't complain about them.
Jeez, not what do they say? The objects in the mirror are closer than they appear.
Right. Right. Now you made me forget my question. Talking shit.
Hey, only the best. Only the best for you, Elvis. Dude, so I was thinking about the nickname. That's why I was asking those questions. I think you do Jamal Evans.
Jamal Evans.
Yeah, because Jamal is just a funny name, and like Jamarcus or something like that, right? And Janet Evans was like super short, and she used to kick ass. So we used to call you Jamarcus Evans.
Oh my God.
And Jamarcus is just such an out there name. It's like, yo, what?
It's pretty tough.
Yeah, but it's memorable. Yeah, it's memorable. And it has like that status with it, you know? So I was just me brainstorming.
Oh,
a lot of people call me Shorty, just name, but yeah, Shorty's kind of what I have on the board.
Right. Jamarcus!
Now I remember the question.
Black swimmer here.
Yeah. There's talk that Leon Marchand might swim the 400 free. You have any concerns?
Laugh.
Hey, yo.
Laugh.
Yo.
Short course, definitely. Long course, I don't know. I think his best is 344. Actually versed at Westmont Pro Series. So he'll have to drop a lot of time to go and get closer, but
a lot to get
short course.
Keep it going. Keep it going, Sam. Keep it going.
He's got so much else to get close. So
tell us more.
He'll belt me to 200. 400, I reckon I've got him. But if he starts training for it specifically, who knows what that kid can do. He's a bit of a freak. But at the moment, if he's doing everything else, I back myself.
Yeah, he has no chance if he doesn't train for it. I think that's what I heard you say.
Yeah, like he's got to train to go. You can't do a 341 or a 340 without training for a 400. Is that like, you know what I mean? Particularly if you're training IM, like he's got to do backstroke, breaststroke.
No, I don't know what you mean. I just heard you say he can't do it. So I'm loving it. You know, just keep going, man.
Back myself.
Dax trying to start drama. Oh God.
I'm just listening, dude. I'm just listening.
Watch him drop a 339 at European Championships and just flex on everyone.
He should be a French nationals right now, I believe, is going on.
Oh yeah, I think he's doing one there. Or he's meant to be doing one there. So
yeah, I think he's swimming 6 events. I didn't double check what they were, but French nationals should be going on as we speak.
How long do we have you for?
I'm just gonna have a nap after this, so
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Because sometimes we end up actually, not that we'll do this to you, but we have had times, we started off with this, our goal, like back in September when we first started, our episodes were supposed to go for an hour, and we were quickly going for an hour and 40 minutes, like within 2 weeks. So that's why I don't want to mess up your timeline or anything. But so we're very not anti, but no, I'd say anti against like a lot of swimming's short-sighted answers to the problems that they see. Like, what are they see? And then like, oh, like, let's add 2 lanes to finals. That'll make the meet better. It's 10 lanes instead of 8. What are some of the problems that you see with let's go distance swimming first and then swimming in general?
Problems. I mean, I don't really. I mean, obviously, it's harder for spectators to watch. I mean, no one's going to watch the 1500 or 800. They're not going to wait around at the end of the meet if it's last. But I mean, it is harder to watch one compared to a 50. I mean, you only need 22 seconds of an attention span rather than 15 minutes. I feel like only the hardcore fans will really enjoy that. So probably more people that know what they're talking about on commentary. I think commentary is an easy fix. Someone that's not boring to listen to. Stuff like that. And then I think I did actually at something Australian trials, like we had Ian Thorpe on the mic, we had Ariane Titmus, like there were people that actually knew what they were talking about, and the average punter at home kind of knew what was going on and kind of tuned in, and then the numbers kind of reflected that people were watching. So I think that's an easy fix.
That's a interesting answer, I guess, because usually if we ask someone like to try to solve something with swimming, they talk more about the race or the marketing of it. Like you went to the commentary of it. I think that's interesting because that's definitely something I've complained about.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I saw Dax kind of smiling when you mentioned it because he knew exactly where I was going to go. But it seems like, at least on the U.S. side, they have made it more important to sound excited and sound like hype man instead of the content of what you're saying. And like they would prefer to hear somebody saying the wrong thing in an excited tone than hearing somebody maybe less excited actually talk about what they know what they're talking about. And I feel like, and I don't know if the fans can tell the difference.
Yeah, I mean, the people that comment on Swim can definitely tell the difference, but the average guy at home probably can't. But I think there's a time and a place to be super excited and a time and a place to be factually correct. Like, can't just have someone that has no idea. But like for this commentary for the trials we just had, we had our guy that commentates the NRL on. So he's like obviously got that great commentary voice and he commentates with the footy. So he's great at that. But then we also had him in combination with Arnie and Thorpe. So it was like a good mix, I'd say.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because like I always thought about this. How many others, when I watch swimming and I hear, why am I being soft? I'll just say it. When I listen to Rowdy Gaines, I'm just like, what the hell is this man talking about? But he sounds so hype, and everyone's like, oh, this dude's like getting after it. Like I'm excited to watch because I can hear him. But even though he's talking a bunch of BS.
Yeah, that's the worst. There's times I've seen Ryan, he's like, watch this underwater, and the person does like 2 kicks. I'm just like, oh.
Like that was awful. Yeah. I've seen him call a race wrong, and it was a replay. So he knew what was going to happen, and he still called it wrong. Like that type of stuff is crazy to me. But I thought about this. How many other sports have I watched that had a Rowdy Gaines of their sport, and I didn't know?
I was just thinking about that because I was thinking about the Tony Romo thing. How he'll like call the plays before they watch this. They're going to hot mic to this. And then the quarterback does everything he said. And everybody fawns over Tony. Like kind of what you were saying about how they got Thorpe up there who actually knows what he's talking about and it resonates with the fans. It seems like a lot more than you would think it would.
Yeah. And you saw the same with Tom Brady too. When Tom Brady calls a football game, he's like, the quarterback's going to do this. And it's like spot on. But my wife was a gymnast. So I'm watching gymnastics with her and I don't know shit, but I see this person doing a whatever flip onto this and that. And I'm like, oh man, that was cool. And she's over there getting upset. Like, that's not what that was. This person said this. And I'm like, oh. And then,
okay, I see. You're on the other side with the simpletons in this example. Is what you're
right. So now that's what I'm saying. Like, so does it really matter, But you make a good point. You need to have that mix because the super fans want to hear factually correct information, and maybe the casual listener wants to be excited to watch. It's like, how do you properly blend the two?
Yeah, exactly. That's the question.
Yeah. Way to send us down a rabbit hole there. That question.
There's so many issues with swimming. It's just like, but I mean, like even like what he said, as much as an issue as it is, mix them together. Like how simple is that? And they can't even get that right, And it's just like that's why we hate it because a lot of these things, like it's like it seems like a bigger problem than it is, and it obviously is. But then when you take a step back and you're just like, oh, just take some people who know what they're talking about and mix them with the public commentator. Like, simple enough,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Pretty simple answers for a lot of the problems.
Yeah.
Well, damn. So do you do what's your training like outside of the water? Do you do any gym work, any dryland work, or just straight wet work?
I do a lot of like do a lot of like core and like physio kind of stuff, like I don't know, connection we call it, like being able to like control myself. A lot of like shoulder, like injury prevention stuff. I do like chin ups and all sort of stuff, but I actually have gone less down the route of like general strength stuff. Like I put on muscle really easily. So I can put on muscle really easily, and that's not good for my events. Like the more muscle you have, you've got to carry that through the water. The 15 minutes, 8 minutes, 4.5 minutes. So it's like a fine line. I'm naturally carry a little bit more as it is. So I try to work on more athleticism than just like legs, like leg press, and I do, but I don't really do squats. I mainly do pull-ups and leg press, to be honest, as my main lifts, and then everything else is like accessories.
So some people don't know I'm being some weirdo. Just for the record, wet work is a euphemism for murder or assassination that'll lose the spilling blood. So I just want people to understand that when you said that, I was like, I wouldn't just over here being weird. Like it actually means something. Okay,
I caught the reference. Don't worry, I caught the reference.
Okay.
Well, I purposefully said it, so I'm glad you caught the reference.
Yeah.
But when do you feel you're gonna? You say you gain muscle easily.
I caught that too.
So when do you feel you're gonna give up the distance events, hit the gym, and then start hitting the 100 freestyle? See what we got.
Well, I'm just not naturally fast twitch fiber enough. I'd say when I try, like if I try too hard, I go slower. It's like a lot of sprinters probably understand that feeling, but like I go fast when I breathe. Like if I'm actually loping stroke, I've never dove at 22. I think the best I've dove is like 23 high maybe, but I'm turning like 24 mid pretty easily in the 200, and then it can go like 26, 26. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably the 200 I got will probably be the shortest I go. But I can do a good 200 at 28 years old, rather than I think it'd be a lot harder to do a good 800 as aggressive as I do at 28.
Like I've been saying the whole time, 200 freestyler, man. Telling you.
That might be his race.
I'm telling
Secret.
you. When he said the muscle thing, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's a two-freer. Like, no, I've never heard of a distance swimmer saying I put on muscle too fast.
Yeah, me neither. That caught me off guard too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always kind of been my problem. Like if I did like general strength training at the start of the season, I'll probably put on, I'll blow up pretty quick. But and then I've got to try and lose it, which is harder to lose than, just basic fat. So
well, maybe that's what you got to do. Just put on some muscle, swim the 200 and the 100, see what happens.
Well, he'd go 2 or 4 probably. Probably 4 might come down.
Still think he can do the 4 with some muscle?
Yeah, as much as with what he's told us that he's doing, yeah, for sure.
I mean, Sun Yang was a jack dude, killing that.
No, he wasn't.
Sun Yang?
Yeah, that dude is a chicken leg.
What?
Maybe not a chicken leg, but in comparison to what it sounds like we're talking about, nah.
Yeah, he wasn't jack. He definitely had long legs though. Yeah, he had long, skinny legs. But I think a lot of distance swimmers' upper bodies are naturally just big, just because their lats are massive from all the swimming they do.
Okay.
Yeah, go get learned, Elvis. Jesus.
Again, we're talking about like mythical creatures here, distance swimmers. I don't rarely see them.
There's such thing as distance events in the Bahamas.
Straight finals.
Yeah, straight finals and sprinters.
Timed finals. Bahamas Nationals is going on right now, actually.
When's the swim swam live recap for that?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I take that as an insult, Sam.
Yeah.
Swim swam live recap is crazy. I can't even find the results, to be honest. Well, I'm sure they're on Meet Mobile, but I'm not downloading that.
Damn, dude can't even find his home country's meet results. That's embarrassing.
They gotta fix that website, bro. That website's been the same since I was like 14. Hasn't been updated since like 2024 or 22 or something. But anyway, Sam, what damn it. See, you made me lose my question again, Dax. Why do you do that?
Because I'm just, I'm a black hole for awesomeness. Oh, Jesus Christ, pause.
Pause.
But if it's just, we're going to pause this whole segment. If it's slow on a dap, I'm not, you know what? I'm not even going to go down that road. Let's just drop it. Sam, you got any, and you can Oklahoma this because I ain't trying to, blow up your spiders. You got any sponsorship money coming your way, or like things outside of the normal swim brands, or?
I'm sponsored by Speedo, so I've got a little bit there. A lot of it's performance incentive though, that sort of stuff. If you obviously win medals at Olympics or Worlds, that's how you kind of earn the money. But I actually when I was 18, I had some melanomas cut out, like skin cancers. So I've kind of I'm like a melanoma institute ambassador. So I've done some work for like Cancer Council, a couple sunscreen brands and all sort of stuff. So kind of gone down the whole skin safety route after getting the melanomas out. But
that's cool.
They're kind of the main ones, to be honest. I get funding from a club, Brackley. They fund the top couple people in the squad, like a monthly salary, but nothing crazy, no.
Your swim club provides you funding?
Yeah, that
a little bit, yeah.
Dude. Why do you think there's swimmers over here that wear their club team caps still?
Yeah.
What is America doing?
I know it's even better.
Because what he's saying, we do have swimmers who do that.
Who? New York Athletic Club.
Throw names out, but if you ever see somebody who's like a super fast swimmer wearing their club cap with their name on it still.
Yeah, you got to assume they're getting some.
I know a lot
in overseas. They do a lot better. Like in Brazil, for example, I know they throw around a lot of money to their club swimmers. So yeah, I train with Maria Ollie Colin Maria, but she represents Brazil. She's like their best 400, 800, 1500 swimmer. She's pretty comfortable compared to a lot of us Aussies.
Man, I know New York Athletic Club would pay swimmers to, wear their cap. But outside of that, I've rarely heard of any other. It's not like Team Elite was paying you to wear a Team Elite. You were paying them.
For sure, yeah. So that's a different situation though, because it was like it was more about the training group than it was the club. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's more the norm than the other way around, than getting paid.
No, if it's an elite group though, these people don't train with their club teams and they're wearing their club caps.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I'd like to. I'm gonna dig into that to see how many actually do that. But that's
a lot.
I think really, I feel like it's less than you think.
It's not. I promise
you. Not many in Australia do that. I think Rackley is probably is the major one. I mean, Rackley own a lot of pools around Southeast Queensland, so they've kind of got a little bit of an empire going. But the select couple, they've got a little bit of support, which is great.
I mean, the majority of swim clubs in America are struggling, bro. Like, I don't think they can afford to.
Well, here's the thing, though, because I did this research when I first started coaching, is that at least in 2016 on the U.S. national team, you had 1% of the national, less than 1% was from Texas, and it was like 30% was California, like in the West Coast, and then it was like 50% was Florida, Georgia, East Coast.
Yeah. And
I asked Austin Surf, I was like, why is this the case where all these national team athletes are from like these two areas? And he said, at least in the East Coast, it's because, well, that's where all the money is. Like they're so loaded over there that the parents pay the entire year up front.
I guess
these are like, what, a couple thousand US$ club teams, memberships, and they're paying 12 like per month, and they're paying it all up front. So it only makes sense because if you go look, when you go do your deep dive, you're going to see that it's a lot of East Coast teams.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. It's more of a shallow dive, but whatever.
Well, that's pretty dope.
No spinal injuries.
I also know, I was going to say that a lot of these sponsorships are always performance based too, because they don't want to pay you a salary. They rather just, hey, win in my suit and then I'll reward you. But it's free marketing besides that.
Yeah. And world, specifically America, because now we're like what do they call us? A trusted resource or something? Respected resource, whatever it is. This is my speculation because it don't make no sense why a grown-ass man should be wearing their club team's cap unless you're cutting a check. So that's my speculation I've had for the last decade because I know we need to be responsible. That's what it is. We need to be responsible now.
That's a good point too. That's a good point. There's a story that you got sick in Paris. Is that true?
Yeah, well, I got sick in the lead up and then like pretty sick. And then I overtrained probably while I was sick just from inexperience and probably stressing that I had my first Olympics coming up. So kind of shot my immune system and just put myself in a really big batch of fatigue all the way through and never really recovered. But I think everyone got sick at the actual Olympics. Like it was cooked, to be honest.
But you still performed pretty well though, despite.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I went in, I had probably the best year of my career in 23. Like I did crazy well at Worlds and then I went in ranked really well to the Olympics on those times and then came fourth in the 400. That was probably my best chance. I knew like going in, I wasn't in the best shape because I was carrying a shoulder injury at the time. So I wasn't as fit as I'd like to be, but I thought I could still get the job done in the 400. Came fourth and then the 8 and 15 were, not very good compared to what I was capable of. So it was all right. I mean, compared to the year before though, pretty shit.
Yeah. have you learned from that experience of like what to do to mitigate that going forward? Because I remember I got really sick. It was either during a swim meet, like I was out, and I remember my uncle was a doctor at the time, and I saw him afterwards, and he was like, "So what are you like supplementing with?" I was like, "Nothing." It's like, "So you just train this hard? You're not even a multivitamin, like nothing."
Just raw
like,
dogging it.
Just straight raw dogging it. And he was like, "Nah, you're too, like you're getting to that level now where you need to start like doing stuff properly." And that's when I really started doing research on, what supplements to take, what vitamins, how I should be resting, recovering, avoiding certain stupid shit. Like, has that experience, like, have you had a similar experience that I had? It was like a come to Jesus moment. Like, okay, I can't
Yeah. Yeah, after the Olympics was kind of that moment for me. I mean, I was already taking, the vitamin C and stuff, but I didn't really understand what I should be doing as well. Like if I did think I was getting sick or like around those periods. So like obviously now I'm pretty good at like obviously vitamin C, zinc, probiotics, if like those sort of high stress times. But then like if I start getting sick, I know what to do a bit more instead of, I used to like stress out if I wasn't training really hard all the time. So in the past I would like get sick and say, oh no, like this, I still need to be training really hard when, in reality, you need to, take the foot off the gas. You're not going to lose all your fitness in, a week. You can just chill out and just touch the water every day. If anything, it's an extended taper. So, I've definitely taken a lot of learning experiences out of that and am a lot better for it, I'd say.
Yeah, mine was 2011 Nationals, U.S. Nationals. I was qualified first in prelims for the 2 free. And I got sick walking from the diner on the corner, like, to the hotel, and came back and got like, I remember the UT guys were like, yeah, like, this is your time. Like, I was going to win. I probably would have won 46. This is like I said, 2011. And I won like 7th place, like just ate total shit. And it's like, okay, like meat management of your health is an actual thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'm sure next Olympics is gonna, now that you have all this experience and like, especially you're on a tear right now, like you're gonna be sitting pretty nice. Like, is that exciting for you, or is it more like nerve wracking, or are you just not even thinking that far ahead?
I'm not really thinking that far ahead. I'm obviously excited, but there's just so much exciting stuff between now and then as well. Like, obviously, I've got Com Games, Pan Packs coming up. We've got World Short Course end of the year I really want to go to. And then next year, I sort of posted it's only a year out from Budapest World Champs already.
Damn.
From today, which is pretty cool. I mean, I love Budapest. And then I want to do all the World Cups next year because they're all long course as well. That's a good race experience and money grab as well. Yeah. So then that'll be sick. And then obviously Olympics. So there's still so much more to do. But I'll definitely I'll be in better shape than last Olympics, that's for sure.
Do you prefer short course or long course?
Long course, definitely. But I mean, I actually don't mind. But I'm better at long course. I'm better at long course. I find it a bit better, but I can still do some pretty good, decent short course swims.
Do you think you're better at long course because your turns lack, or because you get better stroke length on a long course?
Probably a mixture of both. I mean, I don't have the best turns in the world, but as far as distance swimmers, I'm definitely not the worst at all. Like, I'm pretty all right as terms of distance. But the way I swim, like, I'm very good with momentum. Like, come the 25-meter mark, I almost like that's when I start hitting my straps. Like that second 25 of each 50, like I just carry so much momentum. So in like a short course pool, I'm just turning. I feel like I'm only just getting my stroke going, and I have to turn again and turn again. Whereas long course, I just take the bulkhead out and I'm just fine.
I remember when David, like he said, that comment about me not knowing how to swim. Once I finally figured out, we were doing long course training, and I was like, oh, this is nice. You hit that 25, you hit your stride, and you can just like, you get another 25 to just like connect and roll through it. Yeah. Long course is nice.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I liked the pool that you guys trained in Team Elite, the 33-yard or 33-meter pool. Like that was that's the perfect length right there, 33.
Yeah. Do a 50 and you get a 66 and you can math out the third.
Right.
The third length without doing it. Yeah.
Right. Or do 3 lengths and it's basically 100/99.
Yeah. Without a yard. Like it's perfect.
Yeah. 30.
Do a 100 and skip a 25 or a meter. Yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah. We need to see some events like that, the 33.
Yeah, Cam McAvoy would smoke that event, I'd say. He'd be pretty unbeatable on that one. That'd be pretty good.
That's so true, though. Man, I am off tonight. I just keep messing up my questions, bro.
Luckily, I'm here to,
Please rescue me.
Be Batman with the contingency plans in the Tower of Justice. Dude, all right. So this is a kind of a totally off base question. Have you all seen Static Shock or heard of that TV show?
Nah.
So it's about this like black kid who has like electromagnetic powers, and so it made me think about this because I said the Batman comment. So he ends up becoming a part of the DC universe. Like they buy the show because it's doing so well, but. So like whenever something goes down, they'll like call this kid up who's kind of like, I guess you call him like kind of how like this is friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's like his neighborhood hero. But then this dude will go and like he charges up. There's an episode where he recharges the whole like Justice League space station. And they're just shitting on him the entire episode. It's like, we don't want this kid here. And then he saves the day. From like Wonder Woman and Superman, like doing shit they can't do. And then there's like a future crossover episode where he's like one of the most powerful heroes still alive. So anyway, it's just kind of random. It just made me think about that.
Where are you going with this?
No, I said it was all base, but it came about because, you're supposed to be Superman over here. You're letting the tower fall out of space.
How am I Superman? I mean, yeah, it's Superman.
You heard it here, world. Elvis lacks self-belief. But you got it now? You're welcome.
No. You please, Robin or whatever you call yourself, static man.
If you weren't a distance swimmer, let's just say freestyler, what would be whether it's just something you train in and you're pretty good at it, or it's like, I wish I could be this. Like, what's that a stroke race event?
I like that.
200 fly. I used to be pretty good at 200 fly growing up. I like won age nationals back in the day a couple of times in 200 fly. I still reckon I could do a pretty good one if I trained specifically for it, but I mean, good in terms of Australian 2 fly. Not you Americans are like, the depth in that event is way better than, like, we've only got one guy that goes 154. I think next is like 157.
You right. You're right.
I'd be a good Aussie 2 flyer, but I would, just be a B final merchant over there.
Yeah, we got some kids who are fast too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Australia's always had a really strong swimming tradition, especially with the big rivalry with the Americans. Do you feel like this is y'all's year?
Do we though, or is it just in freestyle events?
Hey,
we got Kaylee McEwen.
One person. That's the rebuttal.
She'll carry the backstroke. I mean, in terms of freestyle, gold medals at the Olympics, it's always been really close. We got to thank our girls for that. Our girls are just freaks on the international stage. We've had a lot of big retirements, but we're setting a really good team over to Pan Pacs as well. Obviously, Cam McAvoy or Cole Chalmers, but there's still a lot of other good athletes going. So I think it's going to be pretty close, to be honest. I think come Worlds next year, like we've got a pretty good young team coming through because we've had a couple big retirements. So I think it'll be pretty close. And I feel like there are definitely some gaps in the US as well, so that Australia can definitely win.
Yeah? What gaps? Tell us.
Yeah.
Well,
Let the Americans know where they suck. Tell them.
Well, like, I mean,
we can be like, hey, he said that
hey,
two back sucks.
You got Katie Ledecky and like Bobby Fink, but like say they have one bad meet, who else is there to like, carry the mantle, right?
Whole team? The whole team?
Damn.
Two swimmers?
In their respective events. Events. Like,
Okay.
Like, I remember watching Kayla Decky swim at like Westmont when we were there, and I'm just there's no like she might as well just be in the dudes race. There's just no one else even there. But and then I mean obviously backstroke, you guys are way better than us at backstroke. We got no one in backstroke, really. But like you guys are so deep in so many events, and then there's some events where it's like I think distance freestyle for men especially, it was getting better, but like I feel like it's nowhere near as deep compared to your other events.
Yeah, I'm about to say, dang, like Gretchen who?
Oh no, she's got that. She's got that. All those 50s covered. But yeah, if you take out Kayla Decky or Bobby Fink in their respective events, like who else is kind of there? Whereas I feel like, we just had Arnie retire, but if Arnie, we had Ariane and Lani at the same time, and there's a couple of young girls coming through that are pretty good.
Right. So who is the? I guess you being in Australia, like the young up and comer. Let's say in the sprint events and then in the distance events that you see starting to make their way or having the trajectory to become what you guys are, what Cam is, etc.
I mean, in the sprint, it's never been like this before at Australian trials. I think we had 5 guys under 21.8, which has never been that strong ever. So I think because of Cam, there's just been I think a couple of years ago we had no one even sub 22. Now we've got 5 guys sub 21.8. So I mean that's anyone's game. Or we had like some 18-year-old. I think his name's Ollie Montclair. He's gone sub 22 like 5 times this year alone. Jeez. He's only just kind of getting started. So. The future's bright there. And
4x100 is going to be spooky in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've relied on Kyle Chalmers a lot now, but we've got a couple more 47 swimmers and just a truckload of 48 swimmers that all kind of lift in finals kind of atmosphere. Got to remember they're defending world champions in that epic race last year from world champs. But as far in distance, I feel like Lani's only just getting better. Lani Powell, so she'll just keep going. And then in my events, I mean, we had 2nd and 3rd, both from St. Peter's Western, and Matt Galera and Ben Godemans went 14.50. A couple of years ago, I was the only one sub 15 minutes, and now all 3 of us are nearly all sub 14.50, which is pretty crazy. So, that's good depth all around kind of at the moment. And none of us are really old, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. Anybody who on the girl side, in any event, do you see? Is there anybody like a Gretchen Walsh coming up on the girl side in Australia?
Gretchen Walsh, probably not.
But I mean, in that, maybe the 1B version of Gretchen or the C version.
In our breaststroke, I think she's only 17. Sienna Tui, she won a 50 and 100 breaststroke. She'll be really good. I think she just broke Liesl Jones's 20-something-year-old Australian open record, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be very good. Sienna Tui, she's still really young, and so I expect her to drop even more time, in Com Games and Pan Packs with some stiffer competition.
Yeah, she had a great Australian Nationals too. We saw that.
Yeah, just getting better as well.
Just so you know, Elvis, I have a very strong feeling that the comment section is going to say that I carried this interview, just for the record.
As you should. We're talking distance.
I'm just saying.
You
shouldn't. If you're that good, you shouldn't take any L's. But I'm just,
Listen. All I do is take L's on this on this platform.
No. Don't give up like that, dog. Just take.
Have you seen the comments hurled at me? The insults. All they do is praise Dax.
Yeah, man.
And then it's like Elvis is an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. A couple of racial slurs
because he's
here.
talking about wet work and what's the movie guy's name you're talking about? The Justice League guy.
Yeah, I keep.
Yeah, that's why.
You gotta do it for the people.
Static Shock. Dax is into anime and I'm not. So whenever he starts going off, I can't keep up.
First of all, this is American animation. Okay. Static Shock is black. And I believe his neighborhood was in Michigan, I believe. So
see, I don't know any of that. I've never watched Harry Potter, never watched Lord of the Rings, never watched Star Wars, never watched, like, I don't know any of these Marvel, DC.
I feel like they're things you gotta watch.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's put this on Elvis real quick. How have you not seen this stuff?
I have a tendency to avoid things that everybody's like hyped up on. I don't know.
I don't think Lord of the Rings was that hype when people were watching.
Harry Potter, I feel like you just gotta watch. I feel like it's like driving a car.
See, the fact that you say I have to watch it makes me not want to watch it. Like, don't tell me what to do. You know what I mean?
Hey man, you're lost, bro.
Right? So
yeah,
there's a lot of things that I've jumped on the bandwagon like way late because of just not wanting to do it. Like The Sopranos or Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones. Like I eventually got around to watching them and I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Why didn't I jump on this sooner? It's like, oh, because everyone said I should have.
Because everybody said it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. So I avoided it.
Oh,
that's just how I'm weird like that, man.
You know what they say? A hard head makes a soft behind, dog. Pause.
Hey, yo. Big pause.
Sam, do you have an anime that you enjoy or anything like that?
Oh, I don't really dabble in anime. I don't watch anime, but
what about a TV show or a movie?
I'm watching Vikings actually at the moment on Netflix. It's what I'm watching at the moment. But I mean, I've watched most of The Walking Dead. I actually fell off on it, but watched most of the Game of Thrones. I actually wasn't a big fan of Game of Thrones, to be honest. Hot take from me. I didn't really rate it that much.
Oh.
How far did you make it through? What season?
There's a lot of. I think I had like 2 seasons or 1.5 seasons left, but I just got so pissed off with they just kept talking about winter was coming for like 11 seasons or something, and like it just took so long to come. And then I thought it was all going to happen, and then they introduced another character, and then I had to go off and kill that guy or something like that. I was like, just get to the point. Just kill him.
Just for the record, winter comes and it's like 3 episodes long. Just so you know, so you didn't miss shit.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, thanks. But yeah, other than that, I've watched. I mean, I'm on Netflix. I mean, half the job I've been a swimmer is just lying in bed recovering and watching Netflix. So, yeah.
Well, what about you? What did you ask Cam? Like, what was his favorite food he could eat forever, or something weird like that?
Oh yeah. If you had mine is burgers, right? If you had one food that you could eat every day for the rest of your life, I think Cam mentioned. He said
like Japanese curry.
No, he said Japanese curry, right? I was going to say Indian ramen. You had it backwards. What's that food for you?
I love Italian food. Spaghetti bolognese, to be honest. Spag bowl.
Spag
bowl. I could eat that.
Nickname for it.
I could eat that every day for the rest of my life easily. That's actually all I eat during competition usually. If my mum makes it, even better. But yeah, I could eat that. I'd stink, but that's
one of those. Is it a gas one or stink, or is it a skin stink?
It's gas. Yeah, it's just Italian. Yeah.
Turbo boosters.
It's that kangaroo meat you got in that bolognese, I guess. So you say you eat it in competition?
Like at nights, yeah. I don't know. I just like having spag bowl at nights and during like
So
race time and all sorts.
so if you're traveling, let's say you're in Paris, how are you sourcing this? Do you bring in like spaghetti in the suitcase? Like what's going on?
That was one of the curveballs I had to do with Paris. Spag bowl in Paris.
Yeah, you just go find it. Jesus. You put
Like,
spaghetti in a Ziploc bag. You
But
have one
dude,
bag they open up and bag check, and it's just full of spaghetti.
that's what I'm envisioning. I mean, because some of these meats you're staying in a village and then like you got to eat what's provided. Like, and it's usually not
Yeah.
spag bowls.
I wasn't eating spag bowl in Paris, which is probably where I went wrong. I mean, the food actually in the village was not very good from my like what I was used to. As compared to like what a World Aquatics would put on like in those hotels, it was nowhere near as good. But I think I just literally ate poke bowls the whole time. I can't eat a poke bowl again because I've just been having that. I had that for like 3 weeks straight. It was ridiculous.
Ugh.
Yeah, the furthest I've been to is World University Games, and it was pretty bad until we found McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the athletes. It's funny, like every country found McDonald's at the same time. So like all the others, like the cultural food stations are like empty, and you just see every athlete from every sport at the McDonald's.
Yeah, can't beat Greece sometimes.
Yeah.
Finding the McDonald's is always like a joy for me on those trips. And the cool thing is it tastes it's like pretty spot on, like very consistent. And they always have some like local twist on something. Like I remember when I was in Greece, they had like some I can't remember the name of the burger, but it was like their version of the Big Mac. It was like, not bad.
Yeah,
Always got to find.
Mac is consistent. It's always solid.
Do they sell do they sell alcohol at the McDonald's in Australia?
No, I wish they don't.
That must be a Europe.
That'd be awesome.
thing, man.
Europe sells alcohol at McDonald's?
Yeah, Europe, Russia. Yeah, they have wine and beer.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I know
good.
they serve alcohol at Chipotle here in the U.S.
Where? Where?
Yeah, you can get margaritas at Chipotle. At least here in Austin, you can.
Oh, in Texas, maybe not in Florida.
Yeah, we used to go like drink like 4 or 5 margaritas with a burrito and then go hit the streets.
No, sir. That's. Is there Chipotle in Australia?
No, it's not. Every time we go to the US, we just absolutely punish Chipotle. It's pretty good.
I've been watching the club TikToks, and they're like, I saw a group. It was 2 girls from Australia, and they were like, "We do not have this there."
Yeah, it's unreal. I love it.
So Australia. Here we go. I'll ask my last question. I'm a sommelier, and Australia is a big wine country. Are you a wine guy?
Nah, beer. I love beer, although it makes me puffy, so I'll kind of usually just stick to vodka lime sodas. But yeah, I prefer a beer.
Man, we've got to find some. There's got to be a swimmer into wine. Like none of you. What's going on? Can't find one.
Okay. Oh, I thought a lot of the girls love the wine. Like, a lot of the girls go on the wine.
Yeah, that's exactly what my head went. When he's like, "I'm a sommelier," I was like, "Oh my god."
I mean, you probably find a couple of friends, but
Yeah.
Shout out to Kaylee. See if she'll come on the show. How about that? Maybe we can talk some.
That's a
Sauvignon Blanc.
Sunday type of drink, dog.
yeah,
Talking about fast Saturday nights, okay?
yeah, better not see you with one of those in the club.
Yeah, Jesus in the background.
We can have some wine. We can have some wine with Kaylee in conversation, since none of the gentlemen of Australia want to.
Yeah, I gotta be careful about. I'm like scared of alcohol now since my like liver and kidney stuff. It's like
Yeah, that'd be
scares
easily.
me.
Yeah, you need to stay away from that stuff.
Yeah, it like scares me. Like I went to watch the Spurs game, and they were like, "Yeah, we're drinking beer," and I was like, "Oh!" Like in the back of my head, I was like, "I can't say out loud, I can't drink beer anymore." I was like, how do I get around this? I know, just drinking some water. Or I ordered them margaritas. That's what I did. I ordered them margaritas from not Freebirds, Torchy's. And they were just like, "Oh, thanks," and they left me alone.
You gotta. When you say you don't drink beer, that's when they try to make you drink it even more.
Yeah.
You gotta come up with a lie, like I'm in recovery, or I'm
I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
That's your excuse. You got to find a way to get away with it. I'm on my 12th step.
That's the only way they leave you alone.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I can't even.
It's too much. Tell me you're in recovery. Jesus.
I was thinking of asking him about the enhanced games, but that's all sprint. So I guess it's like, what are your thoughts on the games? Not like you're going to join it or anything.
I think it's all just a big marketing thing, to be honest. I don't. Yeah, I think a lot of it's marketing for that guy, but I wasn't really paying too much attention to it. Like none of the events I was doing was in there, but I mean, I thought they'd swim a little bit faster, to be honest, if they were juicing up and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, yeah, to be honest, none of them were like in like current top in like the world at that point in time. Like before they started juicing, a lot of them were all very old. So yeah, I didn't really think too much of it, to be honest. Yeah, I know like the prize money, all that was great, like for them, obviously. Like, but I think there are some other countries that pay their athletes very well. So yeah.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, well, that's all I got. Yeah,
So
see, hour 47 minutes.
Yeah, let's not hold him hostage any longer.
Yeah. All right. Well, Sam, thank you for joining us, man.
No, thanks for having me, guys. It's been good. Good chat.
You have any parting words of
Hold
wisdom?
on, dude. That's not how we close.
My bad.
Jesus.
My bad.
Will Ferrell. It's Jesus. Stop. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. We got the lifeguards coming back. We got to get up out of here so we don't end up in the clinker. We'll start with Sam. Do you have any parting words for the people out there tuning in?
Nothing really from me. Just a lot of probably Americans. I'll be in LA racing at Pan Pac, so watch me race the Yanks over there and have some fun.
The Yanks. Do you consider the Yanks like the eastern part, or do you consider that all of the U.S.?
Just the whole country is just Yank.
What about Texans?
I don't know. I just think of the big hats. That's what I think.
Yeah, see, we're our own thing. I just wanted to point that out. You got any words for the people?
It just kind of it reminded me of like how Australia is just like that side of the world is so like kind of on its own. Like when he was saying you had the guy from Korea training with you all, like you kind of forget like, oh yeah, there's like a whole
the vertical area.
Yeah, like because here it's like, oh yeah, we got a guy from Brazil who's training with us, or a guy from Colombia, or from the Bahamas, or from this. You kind of forget that like, oh yeah, of course, Australia, China, Asia, like, of course they would be training with each other.
Yeah.
You know,
I knew that. It's just Elvis showing his ignorance, but it's whatever.
Oh my God. Here's a question. My bad. There's a lot of Australian coaches coaching in China. What's up with that?
Dennis, I'm about to say that Dennis Cottrell, right? Is that his name?
Yeah. And Michael Ball, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they just finished kind of complete everything in Australia, and then nothing else really to prove. So they just go get paid bank in China. So, fair enough. They've coached that many Olympic champions, so they just move over there.
Yeah, we need to like a Make It Rain, one of those sounds.
Do you see them as traders?
Nah, not really. I mean, I think those two coaches alone have won well over 10 Olympic gold medals from their athletes. So for Australia, not for China. So I don't blame them going over there and getting paid a lot of money. I'm sure they're getting paid.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, never mind. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say it because Sam said, he was like, nope, I got nothing. I was like, well, fuck you guys. but it popped in my head when you said that. I was like, Jesus, just kick rocks, everybody listening. But yeah, I got nothing to say either. So sorry, guys. You had to just take Elvis' advice tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us, guys, and we will catch you later.
Yeah, good night from Night Swim.
Peace.